Ramana Maharshi puts his whole teaching into these 6 verses of Atma Vidya. It starts low, very easy is self-knowledge. I'm Richard Clarke. Listen to these verses and my comments on them.
This week we'll read the 5th verse of Atma Vidya. Here are Ramana's words. In order that the bonds of destiny and all its kindred may at last be loosed, and so that one may also be released from the dread cycle of both birth and death, this path than others is far easier. Therefore, be still and keep a silent hold on tongue and mind and body. That which is the self-effulgent will rise within. This is the supreme experience. Fear will cease. This is the boundless sea of perfect bliss. Ramana starts this verse with, in order that the bonds of destiny and all its kindred may at last be loosed, and so that one may be released from the dread cycle of both birth and death, this path than others is far easier. Therefore, be still and keep a silent hold on tongue and mind and body. People start spiritual practice and meditation looking for a kind of inner peace they can't find in ordinary life. Hindus felt bound by karma, destiny, and tied to a cycle of rebirth, repeating the pains and problems of life again and again. Buddha taught that life is essentially unsatisfactory, since we want happiness that lasts and can't find it in this changing world. People today want to find a place of calm within the storm of the world. A number of spiritual paths offer solutions to this search. They have long been laid out in Hindu culture. The path of action, karma yoga, frees you from selfish behavior by acting for a higher power, not yourself. The path of love, bhakti yoga, frees you from your ego by love and surrender to the higher power. The path of discipline, Raja Yoga or Buddhism, frees you from your attachments and cravings by purifying your thoughts, words, and deeds through developing your mind and acquiring wisdom. The goal is union with the higher power. The path of knowledge, Jnana Yoga, is the experiential knowledge, self-knowledge. This is what is taught by Ramana Maharshi. This is available to everyone since we all know that we exist. It is self-evident. The goal is the self-knowledge that you and the higher power are one, not different. Ramana then lays out the basics of practice. Be still and keep a silent hold on tongue and mind and body. You are either continuing with the habits of your life and identification of yourself as a body and mind with an individual identity. This is the worldly minded person. Or you are looking within at what is always there and is still and quiet even when the world is active. You're either reinforcing your tendencies or you're looking within and investigating, inquiring, and becoming certain of what is always there. Then Ramana says, that which is the self-effulgent will arise within. Inquiring, you trace your awareness back to where it comes from. When you see something, the eyes don't know it. It's formed into an image by the mind. The mind doesn't know. It's not aware of its own consciousness. The mind is known by you, the Absolute itself. What knows this Absolute? Nothing else. It knows itself. You have to clear out space for this by removing from your attention all the mental stuff that we carry with us, like our ideas of who we are, what the world is like, and the role of a higher power. All these ideas obscure the experience of being. Remove the obscuration, and being and consciousness and bliss stand on their own. This is knowledge of consciousness by consciousness. Then Ramana says, this is the supreme experience. Fear will cease. Every other experience you have had was of things that are objective to you, known by you. These include objects, people, sensory experiences, thoughts, memories, anticipations, fantasies, and fears. These are all objective experiences. These are all things known by the mind. This is also the world of Maya, illusion. Everything in this world is temporary. It comes and goes. If it begins, it will end. The experience of the self, in contrast, is always constant, not more at one time and less at another. This is being, not knowing like you would know an object. You are that. You know that. Knowing and being are the same thing. In this one being, there is only this being. There is not any other. Since there is no other, there is nothing to fear. Ramana concludes with, this is the boundless sea of perfect bliss. No other. When I walk and I see the trees, I see myself. I see Brahman. It is all perfect and beautiful and divine, and it is all myself. I am that. That am I. No other. Only bliss.
These videos help bring Ramana Maharshi's teachings into your direct experience. Subscribe now to help you deepen your understanding and practice to know the self. Just click the subscribe button.